Jeb, you want to know what my first deer looked like? Okay, take this whole rack away and then see these guys right here? Okay, everything else, just hide it. That was what my first deer looked like. For me to get the chance to go from, you know, my first deer being like a 3-point that was like this big, I think he was, he was sleeping. I remember I got to go to school. I better just roast him. To shooting a 240-inch deer, I mean, it's something that you don't think about ever happening, but I'm just excited to do this all over again, to grow the new property, to pass the, you know, the deer that looks like this and have it turned into something that you would have never imagined.
So he loads the gun, kickstand comes.
You're gonna call him angry.
Yeah, almost.
You wish. Soon, buddy. You got a little time. This is 165. You got to work your way to it, you know? The first time, you know, outside of trail camera pictures, I laid eyes on him. I think we were, you know, taking a drive at night, my brother Skip and I, and come around the corner and looking at Beanfield, and there's just one deer. And I put my binocs up, Skip puts his up, and we said, oh my gosh, that thing's huge. And it was what we thought at the time was baby 15. He had drops, he had splits, just mass, and I was like, holy crap. There's baby 15, he's been missing for 4 years. And I'm like, he ended up 2 miles to the west. It wasn't until probably 2 weeks later when I seen him out on a bean field and I was parked in a truck in a driveway, and I put a spotting scope on him for a long time, and right away I knew it, because just the dead giveaway of the brows, the curve, especially on his left brow. I said, this isn't baby 15, this is angry. That's really when I would say it began, like, okay, it's on, this is a killable deer. You look at him and it's like, there's no way a deer can put on, you know, let's just say 80, 85 inches. It's just, everything just blew up. So it's season opener here in Iowa. We're after a deer called Angry. We're actually on the west side of our farm. He's kind of being a little bit different this year than he was last year. Normally he's to the east, and we're hoping he moves in the next week over to the east because we have a lot better setups over there to get after him. So we did a hanging hunt tonight, just kind of shot in the dark a little bit. We don't know exactly where he is. Hopefully we can get a glimpse at him. I was just telling Brad that a lot of the times in October, especially with dominant deer, old deer, comfortable, unpressured deer, you can definitely call them in early season like this. Honestly, I have a lot better luck calling them in early season in October with horns or grunt tube than I do in November. And again, I understand we're on a decent sized piece of property, very low pressure, and it could be different on other farms, but on this farm with this deer, we call him Angry for a reason. He's always pissed off, always ears back, always posturing. So I know if we get an eye on him, we can get him in distance. So I would say in the next 7 days, Brad and I got a good chance on getting him down, especially if he goes east where we think he's going to go back home. October 1, we hunted and we pulled out the driveway, and that night he followed us right out that driveway camera. Probably 20-30 minutes after we got there, or we left there, and that was the last picture we had of him. So we're here after Angry Day 2. Just because we're not getting him on camera doesn't mean he's not here. We're on the same piece of property on the exact back side of where we were last night. It definitely feels like fall tonight. From here on out, we're gonna be out every night, so I think it's just a matter of time before we either see him or kill him. So we'll see what happens tonight. And you know, we mapped it out with Onyx, and the field that he was feeding in was, I think we did 0.8 miles away from where we originally seen him. So we were hunting him in the totally wrong side of the farm. We were kind of just shooting some ideas, just kind of saying, you know what, he's not here. He could be here. You know, I said to you, 7 days I'll have this deer dead. Like, just block out the first week of October, and then the rest of the year just have fun. And when that didn't happen, when the first week passed and the second week passed and we're on to week number 3, it's just like, where is he? With Angry though, it wasn't one of those deer I wanted to chance. Breaking up a time, having him go to a neighbor's. I mean, it's not a deer somebody would be like, oh, it's a nice deer, but I might pass him. Like, you got to get aggressive with it, especially when I was seeing him every night by the road in the summer. It's not he's out in the middle of a bean field. It's just, it makes you question, like, is somebody else going to shoot this deer? Hold on, actually, where's my neck warmer? Morning the 16th, Brad and I are back after Angry. We haven't had a picture of him since the 1st, so we're kind of thinking on what's changed, and that's definitely cut corn. So we're gonna put ourselves between cut corn and bedding. And honestly, I think if we get eyeballs on him, he lives up to his name. I think we can hit some horns together and get him within distance. So we'll see what happens. Where'd you hit? I don't know. I think I hit him high. I just heard a tumble. I think so. You think so? I think so. I don't know. Where do you think I hit him?
I didn't even see it.
Dude, I could barely get an arrow through.
I didn't even see it.
I don't think I would have been able to shoot him anywhere over here. I just had to take my best shot that I could. Yeah. I think I hit him a little bit high. I don't know.
I couldn't even see it, dude.
Dude, it's the only shot I had. I had to go way down like that, and I just found a little gap. Dude,
got one in.
What are the chances? I think that looks good.
Oh my
There
god.
he is, dude. There, right, he's right here.
Oh my god. Dude, yes! Oh, thanks, dude. Oh, yes! Look at this. Dude, thank you
Look
so
at
much.
this. Yes. Yes. That's badass.
Shit.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome. Dude, look at that. Holy shit. Dude,
You just got the biggest buck we've ever shot. Dude, let me see this thing. I gotta look from this angle. Unbelievable.
Do you think you can kill another 240-inch deer eventually?
I mean, do we have the potential to grow one, to pass some deer that could reach that status? You know, maybe. But I think the excitement moving forward, you know, is the chance to be able to do it, the chance to be able to say, this could be this deer someday, if. I'd love to be able to grow another deer like that, and it might never ever happen, but at least I enjoy the process of putting all those things into motion to maybe possibly get a deer like this again.
So, a deer like this, I don't care what county you're hunting in, it really doesn't matter. I don't care what piece of property. There's not another deer like this. There might not be for 10 more years. And you can throw a dart on the map. Everybody wants to be in a certain spot, and it just makes no difference. A deer like this can pop up anywhere in the state, anywhere in other states really. And it just comes down to the neighborhood. But, you know, this deer lived on maybe 40 acres, and he was just in a really tight area, and that's really how we get a lot of our deer to age. You don't even need that big of a farm. You just need to make your farms really good for what's there, and then hunt them and pressure them correctly. And if you do it correctly, these deer will make a home in less than 40 acres, and this thing's a case in point where, again, he was in less than 40 acres, but we weren't messing up that 40 acres. So you don't need a big farm to grow big deer. You just need to be disciplined on your trigger on what you shoot, and don't shoot them too young, and then leave the 40 acres alone, but make it unbelievable. And there's so many other things we can get into on how to do that, and we've done that here with the timber stand improvement, the food, the native grasses, the diversity, and the cover. It's just perfect. But yet again, just like the deer I shot last year, the year before, every deer, they got 20, 40, 60 acre core areas, and they really don't leave it, even during the rut. If you do it correctly, and there's a whole can of worms to that. And I will say, Iowa Whitetail is a place to check that stuff out. So it's all educational, it's all about the deer, it's all about the habitat. It's not to promote anything. It's not out there trying to sell a product saying, hey, if you do this, you'll get a deer. If you buy this, you'll get a deer. It's not about that. It's about managing the property correctly and hunting it correctly. So this can be duplicated. It probably won't be for 10, 20 years, maybe ever on this farm ever again, but any farm in Iowa has the potential to produce deer like this. It really does.